Hey, True Believers, England here. So I did count down the 10 comics destroying Marvel Comics, but nothing is absolute. They're putting out some good books as well, and they're putting out some average ones, but these are the 10 comic books saving Marvel Comics from being a complete dumpster fire. Number 10, Invaders. I know, right? This is one of those books that it seems that Marvel is putting out and nobody cares. You're not hearing a lot of people talking about it. And I got to admit, I understand, because basically it's a whole story about how Namor is invading the surface world and attacking the surface world. And we've seen that before. So I can understand some people being turned off. On the other hand, I have always said it's not what a story is about, but how it is about it. And in this case, it's taking the relationship that Captain America and the rest of the Invaders have with Namor and approaching it in that way. And that is something that Marvel proper has been missing for some time now. It's a sense of history and a sense of respect for its own past. I think that Invaders is really getting that message through in this book, and I would love to see other books do the same. Number 9, Star Wars. Okay, this is a bit of a cheat because I'm not just basing this book on one series, one title. Now, the Star Wars proper is a great book. I do recommend it. Do not get me wrong. But aside from Galaxy's Edge, they all are. Okay, Dr. Apper is good, not great, but it's still good. Star Wars under the Marvel banner has been thoroughly entertaining, and while I don't like the numbering on the Age of Republic books, I think just number it. We know what you're doing. It's awesome. They're still very entertaining, and that is all we want. That's all you got to do. These are the classic characters, and they act like the classic characters. What you're not getting from the movies anymore, you are getting from Marvel Comics. Unlike, as I pointed out, with a lot of issues and stories from Marvel proper, Marvel Star Wars cares about the readers and, for the most part, delivers the goods. Number 8, Venom. Okay, you've heard me say it. I don't like the character of Venom. I like him as a villain. I like him as one of Spider-Man's most dangerous threats. That's the way he was introduced, and frankly, I'm an old man. I don't like to change my ways, and I hate what they've done with the symbiotes, the whole 9 yards. But that being said, Donny Cates has been kicking all sorts of tail with Venom. It's a thoroughly entertaining book. He's taking a character that I actively do not like right now and making him interesting to me. I still think sometimes, God, Planet of the Symbiotes, it's just, too much. But when I read this book, I'm excited. I want to read the next issue. And anybody who could do that is a good writer, and any book that could do that definitely deserves a spot on the top 10. Number 7, The Fantastic Four. I know, right? Oh my gosh, Dan Slott, he sucked on Spider-Man so much. How can you like him? Because he's really bad on Twitter. Hey, look, you deliver a good book. That's all I care about. All right, I like a good book, and this is a good book. This is what we wanted the Fantastic Four to be, man. They are a family again. They look after each other again. I think he gets it. I remember I read something John Byrne said, and I really loved it because he said he hates it when he hears people describe Fantastic Four as the Marvel's first dysfunctional family, and he's like, no, they're just a family. Families fight, families bicker, families do this kind of thing. And you kind of get that sense from Dan Slott's Fantastic Four. Hey, look, even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Dan Slott was once right on She-Hulk, and here you go. He's right again on Fantastic Four. Thoroughly entertaining, and I love the way they pwned Dr. Doom in this last storyline. Number 6, The Immortal Hulk. Okay, you know what? I have sort of a hit and miss relationship with the Immortal Hulk. Sometimes I'm reading and I'm going, oh my gosh, that's genius. And then sometimes I'm reading it and go, wow, that just wasn't that. What the hell? What the hell are you thinking? That's why it's in the middle of the list. It deserves to be in the middle of the list just for that. The real thing, though, is whether I particularly care for the issue or not, this is never boring. And it's never uninteresting. It's never so bad that I'm like, okay, I'm stopping. But it's always something I want to read. Bad or good, this is one hell of a story, and I think I'm along for the ride here. I think Al Ewing is really kicking ass and taking names as far as the writing is concerned. He swings for the fences, which, as I said, gets that kind of result. Sometimes you're going to hit, sometimes you're going to miss, but at least you're always going to be interesting. Number 5, Amazing Spider-Man. I have to admit, I was not on the Nick Spencer train when this book started. I was very, very angry still at the whole Captain America Nazi thing, that I was not really willing to give it a chance. It was okay to me, though. I never thought it was horrible. But recently, it's kind of dragged me in. And on a story I thought was going to be a bad idea. Look, Kraven should be in the coffin. That was the greatest story involving Kraven, was the Last Hunt. It's an amazing story. Love it. And to me, Kraven is dead. But they brought him back, and they said, oh, it's going to be hunted. Get it? Like the Last Hunt? But thankfully, instead of going over that same storyline, they kind of came up with their own version of it, and it ended up being just one hell of a fun comic book. And as I say before, isn't that kind of what we want from comics? Number 4, Spider-Man Life Story. So if you really just are going to only buy one Spider-Man comic for a while, let it be this one. This is what if Peter Parker aged normally. So you got Spider-Man 60s, 70s, 80s. And so far, so very, very good. Granted, not a big fan of Captain America turning traitor, but it worked within the story. Everything just seems to be well thought out, well planned, put together. And I could see the characters going in that particular direction. What with actually aging, you do kind of begin to think of things differently as you get older than you did as when you were younger. I really do feel this is a series a lot of thought went into, and they nailed it. One of the best miniseries to come from Marvel Comics in a very long time. Number 3, The Savage Sword of Conan. And this is another cheat, just like Star Wars. I'm going to tell you, if it's got Conan, if it's a Conan book, I should say, get it. Conan and Savage Sword of Conan both are really cool books and deserve to be, if that would be like 3 and 2 if I included both of them. I would have to boot number 10 out. But damn, that's such a great book. This is exactly what you imagine Conan to be. When you think of Conan the Barbarian, these are the stories you should be getting. Not modern day Conan. It's not, hey, look, he's on the Empire State Building. No, this is exactly it. Swords, sorcerers, and a lot of blood. They do not back off from the blood in this book. Savage indeed. And it's a lot of fun. And thankfully, as you could tell by the pages passing by here, it looks good too. Number 2, The Punisher. You know what? I'm kind of starting to believe that The Punisher needs to be written very poorly in order for us to really appreciate when he's being written correctly. Now, let's take a look at the art as the pages pass by here, and you're going to see that these are beautiful books. They're drawn well, they're colored well, they're inked well, and it looks like a Punisher comic should. Punisher comics, I don't know, for some reason I always think they should be more in the dark than the daylight, and it should look like hell is following whatever victim Punisher is chosen for that particular time, and you get that from this issue. You get that from not just this issue, but this series. The Punisher is a killing machine. He is the Terminator in this. Not that he's taking bullet after bullet after bullet and keep going. They don't take it to that kind of height of ridiculousness. It's just that, once again, if you hear that the Punisher is after you, you're going to shit your drawers. And the number 1 comic book keeping Marvel from being a complete dumpster fire is Daredevil. It's good again. I mean, it's really good again. I've particularly enjoyed the storyline where and I swear they better follow through on this. I really want them to follow through on the fact that Daredevil got arrested, and then he beat up cops to escape. He's a fugitive now. Oh no, we like Daredevil, so we're gonna get no. This man should be actively hounded at this point, and I would love to see that. I think it would make for a great story, but so far, so very good. the last few issues have just been intense. I worried because I was loving the Mayor Fisk storyline that they were going to lose their way. Thankfully, they didn't. This is a marriage of some good art with good writing, and definitely, man. Well, I say definitely, but in my opinion, it is top notch. It is at the top of the Marvel heap. So there you go. That's my countdown, and I did take notice that as far as my favorites are concerned, not a lot of Avengers tie-ins. No Captain America, no Tony Stark, no Thor. I don't know. I find them to be kind of weak. But that is just my opinion. What is yours? What do you think? What is too high on the list? What's too low on the list? What shouldn't be on the list? And what do you think should be in your top 10 Marvel comics? Let me know in the comments below. And yes, I know I'm going to get people with it's nothing because no nuance to it whatsoever. But I want to hear everybody's opinion. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't done it already. And if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Ko-Fi or to Patreon and drop $1 in the till, or go over to the Amazon store. A lot of cool superhero merchandise, including all the Captain Marvel stuff you would ever need. That way you could buy something and you help the channel out as well. Thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.